Welcome to Keeping It Real Estate. I'm Kevin B. McPherson.
I'm Rebecca Seyller.
And when the temperatures drop, a little preparation goes a long ways.
Yep, so today we're talking about getting our homes ready for fall and winter weather.
It's really cold in here. I feel like we need to get ready for winter.
Yeah, well, it came quick. We had warm, and then all of a sudden the temperatures have dropped. It feels great in the morning.
We had it too good for too long.
We did. So we know that a lot of lists, we did a lot of research on this. A lot of the lists have the same 10 things you need to do to get your house ready for the cold. And we're not really addressing getting ready for a storm, like inclement weather, what to do. It's just getting your house ready for turning the heat up. And
Like getting it ready for the changing of the
yeah,
seasons.
yeah. So we've got some ideas we want to share with you, and we are going to kind of tackle them first by looking what you should do outdoors first.
Okay. All right. The first thing I think we need to cover our spigots.
We do. So those hose bibs or spigots, I call them hose bibs.
I've never heard it called hose bib.
Well, you are young. You were wrong. It is a hose bib. He had to Google it and see that it really was a thing. So, but whatever you call it, the hose faucet on the outside of your house, you need to disconnect the hose, and then we need to cover the faucet with all different ways to do that, right?
Yeah, they have like the little styrofoam covers are like $3 or $4. That's going to be a lot cheaper than the alternative.
Yeah, for sure. And I've been told by plumbers you could just even wrap old like towels or rags and tape it around. It's just to give it some insulation.
I've seen people do that. I wondered what they were doing.
Well, it's kind of ugly, but
Yeah,
who
yeah.
cares? I mean, if nobody
Right.
else can see it. But sometimes you go, like if winter hits really quick and you're not expecting it, and you
Mhm.
go to buy those covers and they're gone.
Oh yeah, they sell out the first like little cold snap.
Yeah, yeah. So I've actually had to do that at my mom's house. Was improvise. I improvised,
Yeah.
and luckily the hose bib was saved.
A little MacGyver action.
There you go. Okay, so then thinking along the whole line of water lines and for freezing, right? We're pretty mild in the winter, but we
Right.
always get maybe a month we have to worry about it,
Mm-hmm.
possibly freezing drains or sprinkler systems. So we also want to suggest that people drain their sprinkler systems or their irrigation. Like if in your landscaping you have those little irrigation tubes,
Oh yeah.
literally just
Yeah.
disconnect them and you could blow them out. It literally would take care of that.
Mm.
And then they would be fine for winter.
If you have a crawl space, you may want to cover your vents when it gets really cold. Keep your pipes from busting.
Yeah. And we have a lot of crawl spaces here. And that could be as simple as I've seen people take those panels of insulating board,
Yeah,
you
I've
know what I
seen them
mean?
like at the home improvement
And they
stores.
just
Yeah.
cut it to, cut it to size and literally just push it in. I mean, really easy.
Yeah, yeah. Very.
Sometimes people do plyboard or whatever. I mean, just you want to try to keep a lot of the cold air blowing in and freezing the pipes underneath. But you got to remember to take them off first thing in the spring.
Yes, because like we need air to get under there. We don't want like a damp crawl space. So,
True. Come.
all right. Not one of my favorite things to do. Luckily, I have gutters on my house, so I do clean my.
Well, we have gutters and we also have the leaf guard, and it still needs to be cleaned out. I can't believe it.
Oh, really?
I'm just like, why? Why is that possible?
I
But
saw their commercial and they didn't mention.
they didn't mention that. But ours is kind of like water falling over the gutters. So that normally happens when your gutters are backed up with leaves, it sticks, anything off the roof. And you want to get that taken care of. One, so the water moves away from your house, but also so it doesn't pool and freeze in the gutter.
Right. Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Just get a ladder out and clean those suckers.
Yeah, what to get Eric on that?
Well, we got to remove the leaf guard, apparently. It's crazy. So I don't know.
Who knows how to do that? Yeah.
So
It's probably a service fee you call.
that's probably what they
Yeah.
want us to do. Yep. Yeah.
All right. So if you have trees around your house, like I have around I got some leaves I need to mention. But also, I recently had my trees trimmed preparation for the winter weather.
Yeah.
So I don't want any limbs falling through my house while I'm sleeping. Yeah,
Think it was 98,
nice.
the ice
Was
storm.
it 99?
It might have been
That is
99. I was a newlywed, but our trees, that's west side of town, all these old gorgeous trees were just coming apart, splitting, branches were falling off because of the ice accumulation, hitting roofs. I mean, it was a
Yeah.
mess. And we lost, like, we had two beautiful trees in the front yard, and we lost one totally in that ice storm, and the other was left maimed so bad it looked ugly. Like, I almost thought we should have cut it down too. But yeah, if you've got any branches close to the house, now we're not saying cut the tree down in case there's an ice storm, but it's those branches that might hang close or over a house, got to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Don't want to ruin your roof or
Honey,
break a window, right?
honey, we're cutting the trees down.
I
Kevin and
know.
Rebecca told us to.
Oh, I love trees, so I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
But also, in some communities, they still have electric lines and things overhead, not underground.
Yeah.
And so if there's any branches that are over a power line, Entergy or whoever your power company is occasionally comes through and will really butcher trees to get that.
Yeah, that's a good word for it, butcher.
Mhm.
I've seen them.
Like, I'm like, go away. This
Right,
this
yeah.
street looked so pretty before you just went crazy on these tree limbs. But
You mutilated my tree.
there still might be branches that hang over, and if you don't want to lose power during an ice storm, which still might happen, you better keep those branches that are over the power line trimmed back.
So we were talking about tree branches and leaves fall off the tree branches, and we don't want that around our foundation or any kind of debris or limb. So we need to get that.
Yeah.
We don't want rodents living in there. So.
Little nest areas. Maybe you think those leaves are good insulation for your foundation, but they do trap moisture, and they pretty much can be little pest nests. So if you want to attract a lot of furry friends to be close to your house in the winter, then you just leave those leaves right up against that foundation.
Maybe you're like Willard and you like furry friends. Yeah,
Some people
so,
like
yeah.
furry friends. I've got
Not
a
me.
cat. I got a cat, so we're
Yeah.
safe. But
Okay. All right, our next item on the list, we need to check and replace our weather stripping. That could be around our doors or our windows.
yeah,
That gets old, or maybe you just don't have any, or it's old house and it's fell off. So we need to get that back. So
I bet more people can relate to this example than you think. Or you have a dog that scratches your door and they have literally tore up your weather stripping.
yeah,
And so we will be replacing our weather stripping again. I guess probably this weekend, now that we're talking about it. We had to last year. And our dog just likes to say, let me in, and tears up that weather stripping right along the door.
yeah.
And we won't get rid of the dog, but I'm not replacing that door till the dog is not there anymore. So we just have to keep fixing the weather stripping.
Yeah. You ask them nicely, and they still do it anyway.
He does it,
Yeah.
and it is a big gap of air that can come in there.
Right,
So
yeah.
we don't notice it as much in the summer, but we definitely notice it now. So
If you're like me and you have a fireplace, it's a good reminder we need to get our chimney checked,
Yep.
get them swept.
most people don't have to do it, but every few years we do. What does he call that? What is it? A brick of wood? A rick?
Yeah, legally you can sell wood by the ricks. The legal term is a cord.
Oh, of one accord. Okay, so we mistakenly call ours ricks, and my husband gets about 3 ricks a winter, which to me looks like a lot, but people probably are like, oh, that's nothing. And because we burn that much, we do have our chimney cleaned every other year.
I was buying some wood from a roadside wood salesman, and I told him that I wanted a rick, and
Oh,
he quickly corrected me.
that sounds very shady.
Yeah. I got a whole truck bed full of wood.
Very, very shady to get it on the side of the road.
Mhm.
All right. Well, so definitely do that. Also, my chimney cleaner had told us that we needed to have our chimney or our bricklayer or stonemason come look because we had a crack. So they couldn't fix that, but they did tell us that we needed to get that done, and that was important. So definitely get those kind of things looked at. So for those of you who can't burn wood to stay warm in the winter, and you may have a generator. So with your generator, remember, a lot of them do that automatic test at like every Wednesday at noon, or
Yes.
they have that. But if you haven't heard that in a while, just have someone come out and look at it and make sure, clean it, service it, whatever they need to do, because ultimately you spend a lot of money on it. You want to make sure it works when the time comes.
Right. And you're going to probably call when you realize your power's out and it's not working. And then that's probably not going to be the time to call and get that repaired.
They'll
You're going to be
be
overwhelmed.
they'll be installing others and making
Right.
more money off the install than helping you out. But generator people, I'm sure, would not do that. They're great. But also, like our generator is not a whole home, and so we have to make sure that we keep gas all summer in our at home for the lawnmower, but we keep it in the winter for our generator just in case.
My generator is pretty sad. It looks like something you'd run a tin off of
Really,
camping. Yeah. I needed a bigger one.
ours
Yeah.
is just big enough. It
It's
it
the appropriate size.
Yeah, we have just enough lights on and we're fine. We don't mind roughing it a little bit. So this is more of the northern me talking and
You're,
just making sure that your shovels are not broke.
yeah.
I mean, silly, but I'm from the snow belt of Western New York, and it was a real deal. We had aluminum shovels that could really move a lot, but sometimes you'd have a wood handle, and we didn't do many of the plastic kind of shovels because those are
Yeah.
just rinky dink. But you want to make sure your shovel is in good shape for when you need that. Maybe not so much a southern issue, but maybe some northerners might be watching this. So check your shovels and your snow tools and stock up on salt and ice melt early.
Being from Buffalo, I bet you got to use the snow shovel quite a
We
bit.
did.
And yeah.
Yep. I mean, not every day, but a lot of times we would get snow and then we lived off the lake, so we had wind and it would just blow it constantly. Like it's not new snow, it's just drifting in places, so you'd have to move it. So,
Right.
yeah. All right, what else do we have to do?
Okay. We're going to inspect our outdoor walkways and lighting.
That was mine. I
Yeah.
didn't get that from the list. I want to take credit for this.
Yeah, that was yours. Because
So,
I was like, why am I
what are you
reading
talking
that?
about? And so I'll explain. So
Okay.
maybe you'll go, "Oh." So we had a big family and we looked like a little parking lot down our driveway. And when the kids got jobs and we'd get a used car or whatever, we had no, we didn't. We had 5 cars at one time, 4 down the driveway, and I got to park in the garage. And my kids would play sports or they'd be working and they'd come back in the winter and it was dark.
Mhm.
And they're like, I can't even see, like they'd be clicking their, whatever to try to let the driveway be lit up and then across the sidewalk to the house. And of course, we had the front porch lights on. So I installed solar lights just for when it was dark. Like we have some across our house that are just pretty
Mhm.
for the summer, but I put more out in the winter so that they can see down the driveway and across the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Because like in the winter, like it gets, like it's dark when I go to work and it's dark when I come home, and it's like it's kind of gloomy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that'd be
Yeah. And it's cheaper than like maybe getting a new post put up for a light or something.
right.
So,
Yeah.
yep. So walkway lighting.
Uh, okay, we're gonna finish up the outdoor here. So we're gonna do that final mow and rake. Gotta do that.
I love it. It's got to be clean before we get winter. The last mow we think is always maybe the end of October, but it almost always so that you have to mow once in November, right?
Every time I mow, I tell myself it's the last time. Keep having to mow. Like I need to mow again.
Every time. Well, I just don't like the little sprigs, the little grass sprigs that happen late. Well, right, and if it's gonna snow, which we will only get like a good snow here would be an inch. If those little sprigs are showing through the snow, I am so mad that we didn't mow one more time. I want pretty snow. So, yep, we'll be mowing right up to probably Thanksgiving. But I mean, like I haven't had to mow in 2 weeks. So
Right.
we probably are just waiting and we'll do one more when it's dry enough to.
Yeah, I gotta mow and get on my leaves. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, what do you think? Moving indoor?
yeah, let's go indoors.
Okay.
What's the first thing we need to do when we go inside?
Change your filters. And that has nothing to do with just fall and winter. That is seasonally. You should change your filters 4 times a year. If you live in a dust belt like we do or a farm community, you're probably going to need to change them more often when they're plowing next to you. Um, Really makes a big difference. Like we change ours during the harvest season, um, like every month.
Yeah, yeah,
And
it gets so dusty.
yeah, it
Yeah.
does. And it keeps your house clean. It helps your unit run more efficiently. And it's just one of those things. Also, I would like to say this, the quality of your filter is important. And that goes both ways.
Mm.
There are the ones that literally let everything through. You can see through them. You all know what I'm talking about. They have the little green strings through them.
Yeah, they call them like glass floss or something, I think.
I'm,
Yeah, I know what you're talking
I
about. Yeah.
just, I'm like, how come I can take this out and I can't see any dirt in it?
Yeah.
But then if you go to a filter, oh, I should have researched what these were called. But anyways, that look like the white ridges and the
Pleated,
same amount of time,
maybe.
yeah, it's filthy. But my other, if
Mm.
you use the other one, it's not. And then I was told also by our HVAC tech that you can also get one that's so tight that it doesn't allow air to flow through it. So it's not necessarily like you need to go for those high end $20 filters either. So just find something that really will trap it and it will make a big difference on your unit's lifespan.
Yeah, my HVAC tech told me the same thing. He said you wanted the one kind of in the middle.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah,
middle of the road.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So because I thought because of how expensive a unit is,
Yeah.
an outdoor unit or indoor unit, I just thought, well, we can spend $100 on air filters a year and you don't necessarily have to have the $20 air
Oh,
filter.
yeah.
So
So the next item on our list, we talked about generators, but if you don't have a generator and your power goes out, you're going to need a flashlight. And for that flashlight, we're going to need batteries. But we're also going to need batteries for our detectors and power banks, especially if you're burning wood or you got natural gas heat. So,
yeah, yeah. And now a lot of them are just you buy it and it says it's good for 5 or 10 years,
yeah,
like the carbon monoxide detector, and then you're just supposed to replace it. Which I mean, I would say do it. I mean, because it's important. I mean, man, you wouldn't know without a detector if you had a
right,
carbon monoxide issue. So smoke, most of the time you might smell that coming. But
right.
that carbon monoxide is the silent killer, and that's so important.
It really is. Yeah.
We do have to check, and just so you know, insurance, um, like for apartments and commercial things, we have to check the batteries of the smoke detectors in those buildings like every 6 months. So, and that's for legal reasons, but obviously then it's important to do. So make
Right.
sure you do that. And I don't just test it, I actually just replace the batteries. If I'm going to get up there and test it, I'm just putting a new battery in
Right.
because you know what I mean? Like, what if it stops in 2 weeks working? The battery runs out of battery juice or
You've
whatever.
already put this much effort. We're just going to go ahead and
Right.
replace
If
it.
you got to get the ladder out, you might as well just replace the batteries. Yeah.
Yeah. You ever clean your dryer?
Yes, I do. I just bought the coolest little thing.
Yeah. I just cleaned mine recently because I got a new dryer,
Yeah.
washer and dryer. See, it was probably
Yeah.
overdue.
Well, yeah, and you're supposed to, inside and out, right?
Yeah.
So where the dryer vent
Mhm.
comes out, outside, and it makes it smell so good when a cold
Right.
morning when you got your laundry detergent or whatever going through the dryer and it smells so good. But you need to keep the outside where it vents out of the house. You need to reach up in there. Well, be careful reaching up in there, but you need to make sure that that's clean on the exterior. And then, you pull the thing up and
Hmm.
clean that off. That's not enough. You need to get one of those little brushes
Yeah. Yeah. I saw they had one called the lint lizard online.
It's so much fun. It
Yeah, I
really
know.
is. So, and even though I think I do a good job cleaning it, I did when I got that,
Mm,
I did get a lot of gross stuff out.
ooh.
So
Yeah. I bet it's gonna help save you money too. Like it's gonna be more efficient,
it probably will make a shorter
Yeah.
dry cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't really time it. I
Yeah.
dry and walk away.
Yeah. Ours is like a smart. I never know what it's doing.
Well, it will keep going until it knows it's dry.
It tells me a time and sometimes it runs
It
longer.
adds, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
Like
what
I
are you
thought I had
doing?
10 minutes
Yeah.
left and yeah.
Right.
Okay, well, we'll definitely do that. We'll clean those dryer vents out. Um, Pretty much you need to clean all the vents, don't you?
Yes.
Even
Yeah.
your air vents and
Hmm.
nobody likes to do that.
You need to clean your ceiling fans, which brings me to we need to reverse them,
Reverse.
which I never do.
Do you know what reverse direction is?
Summer, they go clockwise. Counterclockwise for summer?
Yep. Only because I just read that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you want it to push the heat that rises in the winter down. So that says you're reversing the blades and it's supposed to be clockwise.
Oh, okay.
See what we've learned to share with you all?
The more you know.
The more you know. And that will help circulate the warm air.
Hmm.
Heat rises. All right, what about insulation?
Well, if you don't have the new, modern, and latest, greatest windows, you're probably going to want to put some insulation or cover those single pane
Yeah.
windows. Like if you're looking at a house from the 1920s and still have the original windows.
Whatever. If your windows are from the 70s or older, you might need to. And around here we have a lot of houses that have single pane with aluminum
Yes.
frames, but also they have the aluminum grids.
Hmm.
And you know, I want to say this. A lot of times, and I've lived in a house with those windows and we didn't replace them. Our utility bill though wasn't outrageous.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, some of them still are okay, but I found it interesting on they said bubble wrap it.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
Well, they got the kits too. Like some of them say like shrink kits, like
Yeah.
it shrinks the
Can you
stuff.
see through it with that?
Oh, no, it didn't look like you could very well.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like to look out the window, but if I had some windows that were drafty that weren't like my main windows, like looking out the kitchen or, you know, certain places and it could save money, then I think that'd be worth looking into. Windows are expensive to replace. Yeah, we
So
people always ask, so how much would it be to replace the windows? And I'm like,
a lot.
yeah, a lot. And you can't even really give them an estimate on per window cost because it's based on size, the windows, and then how many windows there are. And there are window salesmen that would be glad to give you an estimate.
That's what I was going to bring up. Somebody once told me we need to stay in our lane.
We need to stay in
So
our lane.
I'm going to refer you to the window salesman.
Yes, the window expert, but
Yes.
it probably wouldn't hurt to replace these windows, but that, you know, that's just not our expertise, is it?
No, it's not. This reminds me, we need to get some sticky traps. So it's getting colder, so that means the rodents are going to start coming in. Bug guy was over earlier this week, and he left me some sticky traps.
I need him to come back.
Yeah.
So, sticky traps, ugh,
We have spotters at our house, so like, to catch the
oh, it's
spotters.
terrible.
They
That's
spray for them, but they
yeah,
come back.
we do too.
Yeah.
That's our biggest problem. We don't ever have a mouse issue. Um, every once in a while we'll have moths. It's weird. Like over the
Yeah.
years, like there'll be a year where all of a sudden I have moths and they're actually hard to get rid of.
They're kind of scary too.
And I do use the little moth traps and things that they sell, and moths go into them,
What
but they don't
about
get them all.
what about mothballs? You use those?
I'm not putting that in my house. Now I do put mothballs out in the spring and summer for the snakes because I
Yeah.
live in the country and we do have some fields that are flooded and there's some snakes that like those, but no, I wouldn't do mothballs in the house. And I don't have a crawl space, so I don't need to put them around the foundation. But the sticky traps, really work, but it is pretty gross how many spiders get on 'em
Yeah.
and how quickly.
I see
Mm.
all the ones in the traps. I'm thinking about like how many did this trap catch? And then I
Oh,
think about
just
like when I'm sleeping.
hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousand. I don't know.
And then it kind of creeps in. I'm like, I don't want to think more.
Yeah, and of course, we have a real issue with, we sell houses. We do sell houses, and we see a lot of inspectors, and we deal with a lot of pest and termite inspectors. And, when they talk about to the new buyers or homeowners, well, we just have a tremendous issue with brown recluse and um, I'm blanking out. The black spiders with the red violet on the back.
Oh, that's a Black Widow, right?
Thank you. I'm like, how I forgot
Yeah.
that because I don't even like saying that kind of spider out loud because it really freaks me out.
Yeah, those are
Um,
scary.
I have not seen very many. I've lived here almost 30 years, and I think I've only seen in person two black widows
Mm.
the whole time. We could see a brown recluse every day, right?
Yeah. Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, that is how common they are here, and that's what we're finding in our spider traps, y'all.
Yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
like brown recluse, poisonous. They will
So
kind of.
they bite you and it'll start to form a hole, and if you don't get it taken care of, it gets really ugly.
It
Like
does.
I had
Yeah,
that happen to a friend.
yeah. My husband's lived here his whole life and never been bit by a brown recluse, and I have.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
me too.
Yeah. And it was totally treatable, and it only really gets bad if you don't get to it right away. But
Right. Yeah.
you kind of know you have a brown recluse bite.
Yeah, it's definitely unique. You're
It's
like,
I've had other spider bites that
yeah.
like itch, and I just look at it, but I think within 24 hours that you've got a problem.
Right. And us being realtors, like we deal with people relocating all the time. I was dealing with this one guy. He was relocating from Arizona. But anyway, I think he's moving like to Conway or something is where he's going. And he was telling me he found a scorpion in his house in Conway.
Yeah.
And I was like, a scorpion? We have those here?
Okay, so when I first taught school in Pulaski County, um, Joe T. Robinson Elementary,
Mm.
way out there in the woods, and there was a scorpion in my classroom.
There's probably a Scorpio too.
Maybe a Scorpio too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then another time that year they found one in the bathroom. And
Oh,
so
wow.
we had a yard area all the way around the school, but we were surrounded by pine trees and things, and they
Yeah.
said that's where they're most common. So Conway, same thing, kind of rocky terrain and lots of trees. Yeah, I was like, where did I move?
Right. So he was relocating from Arizona to Conway. And then anyway, I was telling him, I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't think I can live out there in Arizona. I was like, those scorpions, I was like, they just kind of creep me out. He's like, hey, we got them here too. And
Yeah, yeah,
I was like,
yeah, they
where? And
do.
he's like, Conway. I was like,
Well, like almost everywhere, but yeah,
I was like,
you just don't necessarily see those things all the time. Yeah. But anyway, so
I don't want to see them.
sticky traps. And when it's drier out, like these pest companies will spray around your house to try to keep bugs and spiders out. But I'm telling you, they come in, I don't even know, probably through the plumbing vents.
I
I
don't know.
just don't even want to think about it, but they can get in. So definitely that will help. And then you want to replace them frequently. That spiders like to crawl around. Boy, we're doing a long spider segment.
Yeah.
It's been on my mind a lot lately.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you put the sticky traps right up against the wall, like behind a dresser and the wall. They like to hide out there. I put them on either side of our bed, right up against the wall on every bed in our room, in our house. Oh, I can't stand it. The amount of spiders that are in our bedrooms.
And how does that make you feel?
It's so upsetting. But I mean, I do it. I
Yeah.
probably change those every 2 to 3 months, and it
Oh,
just makes me sick
gosh.
to think how much it's like highway of hell for spiders.
I would like to send them back to the hell. I'm tired of
I'm
dealing
like,
with them.
oh, terrible. Okay, let's get off of the sticky trap and spider
Yes.
stuff. So then we kind of covered a lot of things that you probably already knew, but sometimes it's good to be reminded, right? Yep. And maybe we giving you an idea of something new to do, like the sticky traps or whatever. But we just wanted to say now's the time to go ahead and do those things, right?
Right, yeah.
That's why we brought this up. It's just literally we have been so warm this year,
Yes.
and just like Arkansas to go, and boom, we got a cold day.
Right,
And then
yeah.
then came the rain, and that's, we get cold, rainy winters. And instantly you're going, "Oh my gosh, there's
Mhm.
so much to do." So, it's not too late. Obviously, get started. It's warmed up today. We're going to have some warmer weather next week, but get on those things. And just reminder about taking care of your elderly people in your lives. So, we get so busy taking care of our stuff, we need to make sure we take care of or that our parents' stuff is done.
Right.
Um,
Check on them too.
yeah, check on them. Sometimes you know a neighbor that might need some of that,
Right.
and it's time to be a good neighbor. Be a good property owner, but also be a good neighbor and help other people out too. And by doing it, because I think we all help out a lot
Hmm.
in inclement weather,
Right, yeah.
but we probably need to go ahead and try to help them out ahead of time any way we can, and make sure that they are ready for winter as well.
Before before we get out of here, is there like anything that we forgot or any bonus tips that you wanna let us know?
Well, I think we've covered it all. I just, we do sell homes. We live in homes, believe it or not. We actually live in homes. Um, but because we sell homes, we see a whole lot, don't we?
Right.
And it's most people's biggest investment, a home house, and it's their biggest investment, and you really need to take care of it. And that doesn't mean it's got to be the newest best. It doesn't mean you have to do remodels or kitchen overhaul.
Mhm.
That we're not pushing that. We're just saying maintaining it in good shape.
Right.
And this is just another way that you're helping maintain it.
Mhm.
You know, take care of those water lines before it gets too cold. The plumbing bill would be outrageous if you don't, right? Yeah.
I got one more. We should have mentioned it when we were talking about the indoors, but go ahead and turn your thermostat to heat right now if you hadn't already. Just make sure your heater works.
There you go. Yes, I'm saying it's too early to have heat because I love right now when
I
it's
know,
cold.
yeah.
It's not too cold to stay in the house, but it's finally cold without the AC blowing.
I'm not saying leave it on, but I'm saying go ahead and click it on
It's a
just to
good
make
idea.
sure the
Yep.
furnace fires up.
Yep. Make
And
sure you
go
don't have a problem.
and if it doesn't, go ahead and call the tech now. That way, when it does get freezing, they can get to you.
Yeah. Yeah. We did an inspection just this week, and it was the same unit, but one section was not blowing heat and the
Mm.
other was. And that's actually probably good news because it's probably the thermostat needed replacing.
Uh,
But you might not know that for another week or two. And so that was just something we found. And I'm like, yeah, thank heavens the heat works. It just wasn't working in that area. So they thought it was probably a thermostat.
yep.
And, there's lots of energy conservation groups out there that will come look at your insulation, your windows, your thermostats, things like that. And in Arkansas, there's a lot of energy
The energy audit
programs
people.
that will come out and do that for free. And a lot of people, the least they get is a new thermostat.
Yeah,
So,
it's a very good service.
yeah, yeah. And you can just Google that. I don't know what to tell you to Google, but or reach out to us and we'll tell
Right.
you. We actually have several in the Rolodex, and I'm not going to mention a company by name, but Entergy Arkansas, which Entergy is our big electric provider here in Arkansas, does have programs. And if you go on their website, you can see um, just a whole bunch of people that are qualified to come out and do that. It's a free evaluation.
Hmm.
And I mean, people have had insulation added to their attic. That's expensive
Oh, yeah.
for free. So that's something I really suggest you do. And,
Mhm.
a lot of buyers look to do that when they're looking at a new house.
Oh, yeah.
Good on the thermostat.
Oh, yeah. Um, Tomorrow's Halloween. You gonna dress up?
So I'm not going to dress up. And first of all, I like Halloween.
Hmm.
I do. Um, and I think it's really cool for kids, but I don't live in town anymore. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like I'm not like I don't do Halloween
Yeah, you
anymore.
probably
Do
don't
you know
get a
what I mean?
lot of trick or treaters, yeah, where you're at. So.
So, but I did you see up front that I had these little coffins?
Oh yeah, I saw
Those
that. Yeah.
coffins are candy boxes.
Oh what?
So I do know some people, like
Yeah.
Ashley's got a couple kids. And so that's how I'm participating. I'm going to give some candy to those
Oh,
places,
that'll be great.
to those people, not places. And but that's it. They don't come out to my house.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
We live in town, so we get trick or treaters. So
it's fun.
I'll
It would be,
probably pass that little candy.
yeah. You don't turn the lights off and pull the blinds.
Not unless I'm going to be gone.
It's funny to hear people talk about it because some people who've done maybe 70 Halloweens in their life,
Yeah.
they don't always like all the activity at their house. And so some of them will just turn their lights off, close the blinds,
Right.
and just like, I'm not here.
Yeah. One year we were going to be gone, so I left the bucket on the.
Oh, you're brave.
Yeah, somebody took the whole bucket.
I bet. I bet. Yeah.
So I learned not to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, interesting. If your sidewalks were well lit, it'd be safer for your trick or treaters.
Yeah, it would.
There you go.
Yes.
All right. Well, come on, fall. It's here, right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to have our time change this weekend. Um, and we'll get a little more light in the evening, but a little less in the morning.
I'm not excited.
And so it's coming whether we want it or not. Let's be ready.
No. Well, until next time, y'all have a great fall, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
Have a good fall, y'all.
I'm Kevin,
I'm Rebecca.
and we're keeping it real estate.